I have outlined a number of differences among the slaves. I take these differences and make them bigger. I use fear, distrust, and envy. I am Will Lynch, your greatest enemy. If you see a brother going down and you're trying to push him further, you will lynch him. Yes, you will lynch him.
The system says keep the family out there fighting, and the slave master rejoicing when we are alive. One skin, the system said, but I will never make a brother a victim. To keep the slave master rejoicing, and we are alive. One skin. They out in the streets, youths a hustle and a look food for eat. Yeah, and Babylon control them thinking, put one against another, sharpen them teeth. It makes no sense fighting for master, we're out and what left. Tell me who or what it profits you. Oh, the system said, keep the family out there fighting, and the slave master rejoicing, and we are alive. One skin, the system said, but I will never make a brother a victim. To keep the slave master rejoicing, and we are alive. One skin. Hey, in the race for a dollar, friends turn sour, mama against dada. I tell you, gunshot shower over rice and flour. This week can't allow one no more. It makes no sense fighting for food. I'd rather wait till harvest. Tell me who or what it profits you. Hey, the system said, keep the family out there fighting, and the slave master rejoicing when we are one. When we are alive, once again.
Hello.
A little guy named Willie control your head with the better than syndrome. You Willie lynching. Yes, you Willie lynching.
Out in the streets, youths are hustle and I look food to eat. And Babylon control them thinking, put one against another, sharpen them teeth. Hey, it makes no
Oh,
sense.
there go Jalen.
Fighting for master, we're
Oh,
out. What or what the
what's going on, Lamont?
What's poppin'?
them system said.
Got my Tardis Riley going on and got my music going.
I feel you. I feel you.
You already know I'm give him a couple hot seconds and we rolling. Probably give him about 4 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Getting our first degree does not give you the right to use it against you. I say you will lynch him. Yes, you will lynch him. You will lynch him.
If I am not listening here, coming in a nutshell, the Willie Lynch syndrome.
Not to be true.
Strength and protection, living unto like a guessing in space, wasted time. I don't fight you. Does it? Give voices. Jarastafari, I'm the eyesight. He's the light in the hour of darkness. Jarastafari, I'm the lifeline. He rules in the heart of all flesh. Jarastafari, I'm the eyesight. He's the light in the hour of darkness. Yes, I'm the lifeline. He rules in the heart of all flesh. Wipe away the stress.
Let's get it.
All right.
Let's get it. You know it's about. It's supposed to be 4 other people in here.
Well, you know what I'm saying? One-on-ones is the best, so I ain't even worried about that.
Yeah. See, and this is the same thing with it's the same thing with the wholesale game. A lot of people know some of the stuff, but everybody ain't gonna do it.
Right.
Everybody ain't gonna do it. That's why we separate ourselves from everybody else. How you feeling after yesterday?
It was pretty cool yesterday. Want to get more in detail, so about like just some of the step by steps on what to do. Um, when like trying to find the first deal and contacting buyers and contacting sellers. We hit a lot on it. So especially with the I'm put my iPad went dead, so I'm pulling up that sheet that you emailed me. But we hit a lot on it yesterday, but just kind of bringing it all together to make it um to make it to where I can execute it.
Okay, now I want to know what you think of the difference between just wholesaling or just investing in real estate as a whole. Because remember yesterday we was talking about the different services and it was multiple things.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So um you want to know what I think about that?
Mm-hmm.
So some of the services that you mentioned that we could incorporate into our business as we go deeper into you know getting our feet into real estate. I really never thought about doing, never really had an interest in doing. When I finally have enough capital to actually buy homes, I like helping people find ways to um have somebody else buy their mortgage. Like I never had an interest in doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Um really didn't even know that was a thing until you brought it up. I'm still not that interested in doing something like that. I'm more so interested in the wholesaling process. And renting to own is something I'm also interested in, and then figuring out how to allow somebody or help somebody finance the home that I have for them to get from me.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Um,
those are all on the same line, subject to, rent to own. It's all the same things. You're not, it's another form. It's not wholesaling, but remember, you're using somebody else's property and you're using somebody else's money,
right.
right? And the other thing is that it's making your wholesale company more attractive than other wholesalers.
Because my thing is, I want working with a bunch of people is not something that I inspired to do.
Hmm.
So keeping my team as small as possible is what I would like to do. I understand that in real estate, you're gonna have to outsource, especially in network, if you want to be successful as in like generational wealth and stuff like that. But um, it's at least starting out trying to keep my team small and just really trying to only focus on one specific thing so I can master, because I feel like if you try to master a whole bunch of stuff at one time, you're not going to master it. You need to
Right.
focus on one thing, become a subject matter expert in one thing, and then gradually get more stuff under your belt. Well, at least that's how I operate. I
Right.
can't speak for everybody,
Right.
so that's at least how I operate. I try to become a subject matter expert in one thing, and then once it's time and I feel comfortable in that one thing, then I can master something else. Because if I don't do it that way, then I'll end up dropping the ball on all my projects,
Right.
and I don't like doing that. So
Right. So now the wholesale strategy, you're going to learn how to go all the way through a transaction.
right,
You don't have to worry about that. You're going to do it. But really it's not a but, it's an add. What we're doing is setting up a wholesale business. Okay? A difference from just wholesaling. So even when you get out there and start wholesaling, you'll already have a mindset, an idea of how to operate like a business, although you're just wholesaling to build some capital.
right,
Even though you're building capital, when you do start to invest into properties, you're going to need to know these things. And remember, we want to be more attractive than any other wholesalers. This is the one thing you also have to remember. You don't have to take a deal you don't want to take.
right.
If you have a seller and you can't wholesale their house, but you give them your services and your options and maybe a subject to, that doesn't mean that you have to do the subject to deal. It only means that you have the deal that you couldn't get for a wholesale still on the table and available if you did have a partner via JV joint venture, via you had a mentor in the game that know these things, that still can take down the deal, because someone's going to take it down in some way, somehow. And those subject to simply can be you just putting the people together the same way you wholesale and deal. You made it, the rent to own is just like subject to. I mean, it's just like, it's just like subject to. The only difference is rent to own is the owner financing is going through the owner, and they may still have a mortgage and not even know. No one knows it. A lot of times they do. A lot of times they do. A lot of times the homeowner have the person that's rent to own it take the insurance and pay the insurance, everything for the homeowner. The only scariest part about a rent to own is,
Oh shit.
yes, it's the same thing.
Wait, so people that rent to own, they rent to own properties that still have mortgages on them?
Yes, the owner still owns it. So, owner financing come from somebody own it, and then they just, they let somebody pay them like it's rent, but rent to own. But at the same time, they can still have a mortgage on their property. They still have to have insurance on their property because the property is still in their name. They can't transfer title until that whole property is paid off. So a lot of times people, as in the buyer gets played, gets played sometimes, because if they come out to the end of it and they put a lot of money in that property and they still wasn't able to take over the property, or if they didn't have the paperwork right, they may just lose out on it totally.
You can sue somebody for that shit though.
You can sue somebody for all this shit, but who's going to follow through? Just like this Zoom right now, we down to one. Now, when you set yourself up like a business, you're not looking to for your business to go down under. You're looking for it to stay afloat. Therefore, you're gonna put things in positions so you could automate your job. I mean, automate your business so it can continue. But you have to know every part of the business. That's why we're doing this whole thing with setting the business up right. Of course, you're not about to go out next week and put this whole team together. It's
And
not
see,
going to happen. You would already
that's my
had it,
thing.
huh?
That's what I be thinking. Like looking at this stuff, I'm like, okay, I gotta find this person, this person, this person, this person, this person, and
Nah.
this amount of time.
You want to make sure when it's time for you to go find that person, Jalen, that you know what you're looking for. And if you're in trying to work a deal, you're going to still come across these people. You need to know what you're looking for so they don't play you on this real estate.
Right. Oh shit. That's what. Okay.
That's why it's key. And really, all it's doing is bossing you up. It's taking you from being the person at home that's finding deals and always calling an investor to the person that has a whole company that's pulling deals in, and really investors are calling you. Right now, I can show you text message people calling my phone. Any houses? Look, any houses? You got any available?
Oh
You got
wow,
any?
those are investors.
Yes. Once they do a deal with you and they make their money, what where you think they going?
Back to where the money reside. Where the money reside.
They're not just talking to you, but if you come with the best deals, and if you have enough investors to where if you tell them a deal and you can have it sold before they make their mind up, even better. Look, didn't even open it because I wanted to leave it on red. Any houses for sale? You see that?
Yep.
Any houses for sale? And this is my personal line. My business line in there, Muggs is hitting it up all day. You got some houses? You got some houses? You got some houses?
Let me ask you something, Lamont. So I was in this wholesaling group because I went because you know how you told us to like a part of our homework yesterday was get into some wholesale groups on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So I got into some and I was looking at like some of their strategies and some of the things that they were doing and some of the things they were talking about. And a couple of them said that they use like they buy cold callers.
They buy, lists.
No, they
Oh, they
they
what
buy
they use VAs.
VAs.
Yeah, they use virtual assistants. Yep.
Yeah,
Works very good. You just have to teach them your business model. See, that's why you got to have a base business model. You got to have things like a slogan. You got to have things so because when you get VAs, they need to represent your business. And if you
right.
don't tell them what your
And
business
they
is,
not expensive because I put that on my notes because that's something like with me having a kid, I need to utilize. I need to be able to like utilize everything that I can utilize and if I have to delegate, be able to delegate, especially if I could pay like cold callers because they call like 300 people in 3 days for you to
mm-hmm.
cold call. So maybe at the end of the boot camp, I would, if you offer it, if we could like just run through my business model, and maybe I'll get you to explain some of the services that I don't really understand.
Oh yeah, definitely. Listen, Jalen, I'm going to work with you after the boot camp.
Okay.
Remember, I'm gonna help you close your first deal. But like you
Yes.
said, like with you being having a baby at the crib, I'm gonna work with you personally because you're gonna do more of my side. See, I'm good at you want to be good at finding the deals on the computer.
Right.
You want to be good at that. You don't want to. That's why you build a team. You don't want to have to find the deal, go set the appointment, call the list. Wait, create the list because it's a specific list. Create the list, call the list, set the appointment, go evaluate the house, sign the contract, find the cash buyer, find the title agent, close the deal. You want to pick up the check. But look at all those things right there. That's a lot. You can do it all yourself. That's fine when you're doing your first one, your second one. But by the time you get your first and second one, you're gonna be so hungry, you're gonna be getting more lists, you're gonna be getting more calls, especially if you're using VA. You're not gonna be able to go do all that by yourself, especially with a baby.
Right.
Gotta have somebody to work with. So let's get right into it. Well, before we get into it, did you work on your slogan?
I did. Hold on. Let me see where I wrote it down. NBW Investments. Let us help you find a solution.
Nice. Let us help you find a solution to your property needs.
Okay, I'm gonna change that to your
Yeah,
property
look,
needs.
see how quick them two words took it so personal to them. Their property and what their property needs. If they didn't think their property needs something, when you say that, they may say, "Do my property need anything? It needs a tenant." Because you're gonna you can get a lot of people that's gonna call you and ask you about can you find rentals for them? You're also going to have people that's landlords that say they're always looking for good renters too. Rent to own, subject to. You don't like that's why I always say you want to be open to it. And remember, you don't never have to tell nobody you're the expert. You just tell them, hey, let me find out. Let me call my manager and see what we can do. And if it's a deal that we can handle or we can take it down, we'll definitely do it for you. If not, we'll find someone that can. We'll try our best. But we are looking at multiple properties in the area. That always let them know we ain't just focused on your property.
Right.
So it's all a lingo. Tomorrow we get more into that lingo. It's gonna be going. We do a lot of that roll calling. We're gonna really be going on that. So I like that. Let's get to what we're getting in today. I got my Sheen share popping today.
Okay.
Yesterday we left off at why should I start? Today we're gonna pick up. Since there's nobody here, you're gonna have to do the reading, Jalen.
What?
Yeah, you're gonna do the reading.
Okay, just tell me when to start.
You can go ahead.
It's your job to research the laws in your area and abide by them. You have to learn your market. These are the only tools you must execute to succeed. Let's succeed together.
You know what that means?
Yeah, you got to research the laws, so because if you go to jail, it's your goddamn fault.
Hey, don't get yourself put in jail now. Don't get yourself put in jail. Don't sign up. Don't sign up for a boot camp or a course and don't come any days or only come the first day and then say that Lamont ain't help you make no money in real estate wholesaling.
Right.
It all comes down to self. Anyone could put you in position. You got to handle it yourself. Anybody can say, Jalen, I'm gonna show you guys, man. Go find a house. We're gonna put them on a contract. We're gonna find a buyer. We're gonna make that money. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again. What's gonna happen somewhere in between there is somewhere in your organization and in making that money, you're gonna mishandle the money or mishap something because you're not really checking everything you do. You're not looking at the money that you're putting into marketing. You're not breaking it down what you're putting into generating leads for specific types. You're not looking at what you're doing to generate cash buyer leads. That's why you want to set up this business model, know what the business is. So as you're making your money to grow it, you're already going to be creating it. Already going to be creating it. You're already going to be creating it. Because you're going to know in your mind what you're looking for. So you're not going to get overextended and overhyped for your first deal if it's 10, 20,000. You're going to say, bet I'm in a better position to get VAs to cold call, get better lists, and ramp up my business faster. Because what we talked about yesterday was just your base model.
Right.
Today we building the team. Today we
Okay,
building
so
the
are
team.
you gonna talk to me about like how, like when we reach out to these contractors and these title agents and these attorneys,
Yep.
tell us what to say, or at least kind of give us some direction of where we should lead the conversation into?
Yep.
Okay.
That's where we at right now. Company structure. That's where we starting on today. As you already know, these are the positions. When we're talking about wearing those hats, these are the positions. Now,
Hmm.
what you know is that you're not hiring all these people right now.
Right. So this is me.
This is all you.
I'm the CEO, the lead manager.
This is all you. Now remember, I'm gonna help you. We're gonna close the first deal. We're gonna do all that. But you are starting a business. You're not just out here willy-nilly. You're looking to take your business from Maryland all the way down to Georgia. So you need to have a model in place, and you need to know the people that you need to put around you to be successful. Right? So you know
Hmm.
you gotta have a CEO, and that's who?
Moi.
You. Visionary. Somebody gotta have a vision for the company. The CEO is going to be hands-on with the presentation.
Right.
You know,
Because the
CEO is going
CEO
to,
is going to make the presentation as well.
I mean, yeah, your first initial, but remember, it's okay to start where you at because you're gonna make more money. Everything is gonna get better. Your ads, your marketing, your publications, your signage, everything gets better. Your attire, your gear, because you're gonna be marketing your company. Hell, you might get a truck and they want to slap your name on the side of your company so people can know. You know, you see it everywhere. We buy houses. We buy houses.
Yeah, we buy ugly houses. Are those wholesalers?
Yes. All the we buy houses, all those are all wholesalers. See, now the big game, now the real game is that when people get money and get their capital, a lot of people don't stop wholesaling. So they take their money and they go take up all the deals because if you can, once you learn wholesale strategy, it don't matter if you got money or not. You know how to go find the best deal on the property. You don't have to pay nobody.
Right.
Now, you know, you got big money investors that's pretty lazy. They just want to play wholesaler as long as the deal is there. They don't want to go look for it. But when you get
Right.
to your first doing your flips and stuff like that, you want to use your wholesale strategy to go find you a nice house. Go find that nice house for $20,000. You need to only put about 20 to 30,000 in there and going to flip it and sell it for 120, 115.
Right.
You know, CEO is also going to be on leads. They always going to be taking leads. It's your company. CEO is going to be on all the finances. They're going to know all the numbers. And they're going to set the goal for the revenue that you're looking at for the year. CEO is going to know all about the marketing. Because the CEO got to approve everything. That's why they're the visionary. Everybody's going to be working out the vision of the CEO, working towards the goals of the CEO. Your goal right now is 180 in 1 year. I mean 160, I'm sorry. 15 to 20 in 60 days. So just like if you don't have a team right now, you CEO, you start doing your just like with this base model business, start thinking business wise and start having your meetings with yourself. You know, just
Right.
get out there. All right, look, vision, we looking to talk to yourself. Create different tasks for yourself. I show you what, create different tasks for yourself. The CEO is in it for the long haul, and they own all the deals, especially when you're starting out. So you have a CEO. I'm gonna send all this to you, but if you want to take a screenshot, you know, so you got to write it
I
all out.
already did.
This look better than right now, right here. So that's your CEO. The next key person in your business is going to be your lead manager. Okay. The lead manager is everyone's critical in your business, but this lead manager is very critical, especially like when you're talking about with your VAs and all that. You're gonna have to have one VA that's over all of them. You're gonna have to have somebody that could come in, which is always gonna be you. You're gonna have to have somebody that's gonna have to come into the deal and save a deal. So you want your lead manager to be very professional.
Right.
Very professional. If you got to be the lead manager, get your professional game up. They need to understand the seller success conversation process. We're going to be getting into that tomorrow. They must know it from the beginning to the end because they're going to be talking to sellers. If you don't have somebody that's talking to sellers or making calls, they're going to be doing it. If they need to step in, they're going to be handling the seller. They got to know the seller success conversation. They got to know how to take them from a distressed or anger owner until ready for us to come to an appointment or sign a contract or ease us through.
Right.
Your lead manager is a sales rep. Wholesaling is about marketing and sales. And you can do it right from home. Ain't even gotta get up off your couch. Okay.
That's the type of wholesaling I'm trying to get into, the virtual.
Virtual wholesaling. That's what we're gonna do that on Friday. Friday gonna be after Friday. We gonna go all the way. By the time we get to Friday, we're gonna go from all the way through a transaction. And we're gonna have a full time of straight Q&A and role play all we need. So the lead manager got to set goals. They got to set goals for the number of people they talk to in the team. They need to set goals for leads. How many leads do they want to get? Weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly.
Right.
They
I
need to,
heard somebody say that they live their life in quarters. And I'm
Mhm.
telling you, that was the best shit I've heard like in a long time because it keeps me on track with my goals. Like, okay, I'm coming to the end of this quarter. So what have I got accomplished? And if I haven't got everything accomplished, that's another story. Okay, yeah.
In real estate, we add January to November, December, November, December, January. We don't go off the regular quarter. And the real estate community, the broker community, for them in sales.
Okay.
Lead manager set the goal for how many appointments are set. Remember, I was talking about appointments,
Yep.
setting appointments. All these
Appointments are where you meet with your buyer or seller, right?
seller,
Seller.
seller, leads.
So what
This
do you
is
call when
lead,
you meet with your buyer?
huh? The
What do you
appointment you
call it?
setting to meet with your buyers for them to come see the house or at the title company to
Oh,
come
that's your inspection period.
to get paid, right? Right. Most of the time, when you set an appointment, when you get someone under contract, you're gonna have your cash buyers ready. They're gonna come through like this because they already know houses go fast,
All right.
especially right now. Lead manager need to set the goals for the number of offers that's out. You want to be putting offers out. If you're not putting offers in, you'll never get a contract. You got to be telling people, I got 25,000 for your house. I got 45,000 for your house. I got 50,000 for your house. You want to get in the habit of getting offers out there. I'm gonna keep going. The lead manager evaluates deals. So they got to know how to evaluate deals. See, a lot of these, what I'm about to be naming off these things we're doing right there, a lot of them are interchangeable. That's why you'll be wearing all the hats because a lot of them is interchangeable. But then as you grow, you can start to spread those tasks out and responsibilities out amongst your team.
Can you give me an example of a bad deal?
A bad deal?
Yeah. Just like when I'm evaluating, since I'm the lead manager,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm evaluating these deals, what are the characteristics of a good deal and what are the characteristics of a bad deal so I'll know what's worth my time and what's not.
A bad deal would be evaluating a home over evaluate a home at higher than what it is. If you get in a deal and you get in with a seller and you evaluated the home improperly and the numbers are off, no one will buy the house.
Or what do you mean?
So, like, say the house was worth, say you got $100,000 house. The house is worth $100,000. Now, the market value of the house is 100 and let me see. I'll say the market value of the house is 110,000. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you got the deal under contract for $105,000 or $100,000, and the market value of the house is 110,000, no investor is going to pay you for that
Why?
because they're only going to pay up to 70% of the value of the home.
Mm.
70% is the max. That's what an off-market deal is. That's what a wholesale or investment property is. 70% of the market value. What you're doing, I'm gonna give you what we get into tomorrow, but when you see a house, the market value, you multiply that by 70%. That's how much an investor will pay for the house. Now, when you got that 70%, you subtract all of the repairs that have to go into the house. So the money that has to get put back in the house, you subtract all of that.
But I'm not gonna be paying that money.
But you got to know how much it is because somebody's going to be paying it. Remember, whenever you're going to do these deals, you're doing it as if you're buying it and you're flipping it.
That's why you need contractors to come in and look at the.
Correct.
Okay, but I'm gonna have to pay them to come in and give me that estimate, ain't I?
Nah, not really. I mean, if you got a consistent contract that's on your team that they're coming in to give you an estimate so you can wholesale, yeah, you give them $20 or something to come by and check it out and give you an estimate. But if they're coming by to check it out to do some work, they want to come because they want to put the bid in. They want to do the work.
Okay.
But we'll get into that relationship in a little bit tonight.
Okay.
But yeah, you definitely need them. But then remember now you took the repairs off, then you add your fee, your wholesale fee. Or you take off, in fact, you take off your wholesale fee. Once you do all that, that's your offer to the seller for their house. 70% of market value minus total repairs, minus your wholesale fee, that's your offer to the house. That's your max offer, your maximum offer to a seller. It's that simple.
And
See,
then and then do you put all that stuff back when you go talk to the buyer?
if you can, you're gonna put as much on as you can.
Oh, well, you ain't got to put the repair price.
As long as it's a deal, but they're not gonna pay 70, they're not gonna pay over 70%. They're not gonna pay you, they're not gonna pay you for the repairs, they gotta pay somebody else to do.
Right.
They're gonna pay you your wholesale fee. That's why you want your numbers right.
Right.
Right? So the wholesaling side is not that difficult. The difficult part is the generating the proper leads and being able to handle it and being able to keep your business afloat. Because if you're not running like a business, you can run off 2 deals and make you about 20,000 and forget about wholesaling for about 6 months.
See, that's what a weak at heart. We ain't trying to come weak.
Okay.
You're trying to replace jobs.
Okay. This is how you do it. Lead manager also utilizes the CRM. We use Podio. Podio is how you want to you can track your leads, all your information, all your notes, pictures.
Where's that on there? Podio.
Pictures,
Oh, I see it.
Contracts. You can put all that in there. It's free. They have a paid one. You can customize it, but you want to get in there and you play around with that.
Can we go inside Podio one day during the boot camp to just look at it?
Yep.
Hold on, let me write down all the stuff I'm asking you to do so neither one of us forget.
Yep. I got a Podio specialist for you. Lead manager also has to know everything that the acquisition manager knows. They work hand in hand. Lead manager also has to be a master of the follow-up. See, the lead manager does a lot. And that's going to be your right hand, right? When you get somebody, that's going to be your right hand. Lead manager also sets appointments. They prepare files, transaction checkoff sheets, contracts, home evaluations, addendums. Sometimes you might have to have addendums to the contracts. You might have to change the paperwork, change the number, change something. Assignments. When you got assignment and contract, it's 2 contracts that you're going to do in these transactions. They also manage the comps, which is the comparables, contracts, and rehabs. Once you get, doing work, might have rehabs they need to do. That's all what the lead manager does. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
And remember, when I'm telling you these, CEO, we getting down into these management. You already know from your guide that we getting down to these 4 managers, but it's really the 4 parts of your business. So you can take it as a manager and someone doing it. You can take it as yourself wearing all the hats, or you can just see as the 4 pillars of what you need for your business.
Right.
This is how you keep it organized, because what you're going to do is you're going to create a flow. We're going to start here. We're going to generate the lead. We're going to get it to the lead manager. We're going to get to the acquisition manager, who's going to make sure everybody go over there and handle the appointments and get all these estimates and all this. Evaluate the property properly, Then from there, we're going to get to the disposition manager, and that's who's going to close the deal. You don't want your lead manager trying to close the deal, because you want your lead manager to be getting the leads.
Right.
You don't want your acquisition manager trying to close the deal, because you need them out there at appointments. Okay? Oh, hold on. Did I get into that already? Yep. Contract manager. Boom.
Let's
Next.
talk about marketing.
Huh?
Marketing.
You got to have a marketing manager.
Does this boot camp also show us how to market other than cold calling?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to get to it. We got 5 days.
You got 3.5.
I mean, is your business ready? Somebody called you right now with a wholesale deal. You ready?
Nope. That's why I'm in the boot camp.
Right. So now check this out. Once you put yourself out there, see, you don't want to put yourself in a box. Don't limit yourself. Once you put yourself out there, you may go cold calling. How you waiting and cold calling for your first deal. You may get 5 that's ready off tops. And if you're not following your plan, you can lose one, and that's losing money. Remember, we don't want to lose money. How are we gonna make 15 to 20K in 60 days? We got to make sure.
I done lost so many wholesale deals with mobile homes because I feel like I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I found buyers, I found sellers. Well, I found sellers, and then I found people to buy them. But after I contact them, and they be like, "Okay, you can come view the home," I don't know what to do after that.
You gotta go view the home.
Yeah, but then I don't know what to do after I view it.
I mean, you just gotta get it under contract where you can make a profit selling it to somebody else. It's just, like I said, it's multiple things with the mobile home. You just gotta make sure it's there. I mean, if it's there, hey, you gotta have to make it happen. You got to get that money if it's there. The marketing manager makes the marketing game plan. Marketing game plan. Am I marketing to homeowners? Am I marketing to cash buyers? Am I marketing to people in probate going through divorces? Am I marketing to people that's going through deaths and probates? Getting stuff off people will. Who am I marketing to? How are we marketing to them? What do we expect in return? They also pull lists and they scrub off the list. They want to update the list. When you get these lists and these lists of these cold calling stuff like that, you want to get new lists, but you also want to scrub your old list. I think I told you on the first day, I said I go through my list 3 times on the first go round. The first go round 3 times. I'm scrubbing, I'm calling the numbers that didn't work. I'm scrubbing it so I can hit the list faster for the ones that just didn't answer. And maybe I got voicemail. I'm going through it 3 times. If I don't get no hits on that, we're going to come back on that 3 months or a month. It depends on what happened with the person in the notes. Marketing manager is going to set the budget for marketing. Set the budget for marketing. You don't want to have too much in your marketing budget when you're making no money.
Right.
VAs may be cheap, but you don't want to spend your money grabbing VAs and you ain't made no money out the business yet. Because guess what? If you ain't made no money out the business yet, that means that you can't take a transaction from the beginning to the end. So how you gonna teach somebody else to do it for you on your business?
Mm-hmm.
Marketing manager needs to track the results, keep the KPIs and things like that for your business. Next thing you will have is an acquisition manager. I know you like, man, it's all these people on your team. No, it's key. And then, like I said, it don't have to be people. Don't have to be people. It's departments in your business.
Right.
Acquisition manager. The acquisition manager needs to know the company business model. That's why we made it. You see where we're going?
Mm-hmm.
If we make a base model, a company business model, every time you get somebody, whether you're doing business with them, they working for you, or whether they are partner with you, i.e. contractors, real estate agents, things like that, they know your business model. You'll always be representing your business in the proper way. Now, if you just meet them and you ain't got no business model, they're just gonna look at you as a regular person, right?
Right.
If you meeting them from everything you learned from yesterday and all the stuff you got, you're not gonna say, here, this is everything I have. But when you're talking to them in your conversation, you're gonna be saying some of these things. You're gonna be bringing some of these things up. They're like, wow, this is a for real business. I want to work with Jalen, NEB, NWEB, NAACEP, WEW the bow, WB the bow. What was it?
NBW.
NBW, National Black Women Association of Realtors. You know, okay. Okay, they know that model. They know that they looking for a solution to people needs. They know they're just not looking to go lowball somebody on their house and tell somebody that don't know how to evaluate their house, how much their house ain't worth nothing, and then go turn around and sell it for another 40, 50 grand over the top of it. And they didn't have no money in it. They was really in distress for the money and they needed the money. And they don't know how much their house worth. Your acquisition manager has to provide solutions. Sound like this? It sound like the CEO, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got to provide solutions. So when you get somebody on your team, you got to get somebody else when you start taking that acquisition manager down, because you're gonna have your lead manager before that. So you're going to be the CEO and the acquisition manager when you got a lead manager. When you bring in that acquisition manager, you're going to want them around the day-to-day business, bringing solutions. They're going to be working with the contractors. They're going to be working with the people they're going out to the appointments. They're the ones that's going to the appointments. They're going to go close the deal. Not the deal. They're going to close the deal on the initial contract signing. They out there. They are there. You see what the last one says? Create the win-win opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
That's their whole job. Win-win opportunity. They already done buttered the seller up. They already got the numbers right. Everything is solid. They didn't have the contractors come. If they didn't close the deal, if you need to come back in or a more seasoned vet need to come back in and close it, it's already set up. It's a win-win deal. The only reason why we're talking to this seller again is because it's a win-win for us. We're not going to waste our time on a deal that's no good, like the one we just did that's worth 110 and we got it under contract for 100. And they need 50,000 in repairs. Ain't nobody buying that. That ain't no deal. They also need to set goals. They need to set goals for how many appointments they got set. They need to set goals for how many offers they're getting in. Remember, they're submitting them. They need to set a goal for how many contracts they have of those offers that they submitted. How many of them are going to turn over to actual contracts? The ones that didn't turn over to actual contracts, that's right there. The number of follow-ups. Who's going to follow up? How many we're going to follow with those offers that wasn't taken? We're going to follow up with those. That's your acquisition manager. You got your business cap on?
Yep.
You know he's going to business school, isn't it?
I'm kind of happy I start business school in April, so it's getting me prepared.
You're gonna start business school in April. In April, if you didn't hit that 50-20, I don't know. Oh, you a vet though, you get paid for free.
Exactly.
Boom. Then you're going to get you a disposition manager. By the time you get to the space when you have a disposition manager, you got a for real business going and y'all are on your way. They're handling the business. This is your actual closing manager. This will be your last position that you have to fill before you hire somebody. Everybody else under these people would just simply be employees, contractors, callers, VAs, things like that. So these are the 4 positions that you're going to fill, and these are the first 4 positions that you're going to get somebody else in to help you with. Your disposition manager is your closing manager. They have to, it is key. They must understand every deal. They got to know the numbers. They got to know numbers. They cannot be a disposition manager if they don't know the numbers. Because somebody, once you get into this part of the deal, this is all numbers. The seller is game, the buyer is game, the title company is in play. If there's anything in between that's a problem, your disposition manager, which is also the CEO, need to know what's going on, what's the numbers, and how to handle it. I have had a time that I had to take money out of my cut just to continue the transaction to go on. Because it was 2 people in 2 different states that had to sign, two split up divorced couples. You know, divorced people, anybody that's on that title has to sign. 2 people in 2 different states, they had to sign. One of them wanted more than the other. One of them was selling it, and the other one didn't put no money into it. The one that didn't put no money into it, that was getting a quick, I think she was getting like $15,000. She was getting it. Haven't even been in the city in the last 20 some odd years. She still wanted to complain about splitting. What was it? She wanted to, what was it? Splitting the, it was, I think it was actually the notary fee for them to come out to her house. Yeah, something like that. $150. Missed the whole the day. The deal got backed up a whole day because of it. But me being with my title agent, and we're talking, we're doing this, we're doing all that. I'm saying, hey, redo the paperwork, take the numbers out my cut, give her that money, I'll pay for it.
Just to
I'm
close the
closing
deal.
on $9,000. Huh?
To close the deal.
Close the deal, $9,000. I'm gonna give her that $150. although I didn't want to, but I still did. But that's because I know the numbers. I'm in the deal. I know what it takes. I know what's happening. And I know how much time I have. I know the time between when the contract was signed versus when the deal is closed. Because remember, you're still putting on the 30, 45 days to close the deal. And if you tell them you close fast, you can't be putting 60 days on a deal to try to find a buyer. When one of your services, we buy in cash, we close fast. If you can't
Right.
close the deal once you pass your inspection period, the seller gonna be looking at you like, where your money at? You can't be like, well,
Right.
I haven't found the buyer yet. They're gonna be like, what you mean the buyer? I thought you was buying it. This is how much you told my house is worth. You said you was going sticky situation. Don't want to be in that position.
Right.
Your disposition manager has to be a great coordinator. You hear me?
I hear you.
Why
I
you think?
was laying my kid back down. I
You
had
know,
to put my phone down for a second.
I know. I'm just making sure you're in it because I may be going a little. I'm trying to go slow because these is key parts. See, when we get into doing the numbers and finding deals, we gonna find deals all day long. But if you don't know how to do nothing with it, it ain't gonna make no sense.
Right.
This
I've
is
been
why we spending
screenshotting
these.
as you talking and writing on the screenshot.
Huh? Oh,
I've been
you right.
screenshotting as you've been writing and writing on the screenshot,
Yeah. You know,
highlight
huge.
stuff.
It's huge. This is huge. This is the biggest part of it. I was doing it before I put this in play, and it helped me so much. It helped me drastically. Like seriously. And it helped me start closing deals faster, and it helped me be in a better position than other people that's been doing it, other wholesalers that's been doing it. And I like working with a team because they don't just see me, they see us come as a team. Okay.
Right. And that makes you look more professional and legit too.
Always. You're not going to anybody saying I'm giving you $5,000, $10,000. You know, you in Maryland with them brownstones and stuff. Some of them people you're gonna be telling them that you're gonna give them $250,000 for their house. Jalen?
Right. And that's a thing. And that's something else I was going to ask you about because most of the houses here, you're not going to find no 30, 40, $50,000 house. You're going to find, if anything, the lowest you're going to find is 250.
And you're gonna have to be confident when you say these numbers. How do you build your confidence? By knowing what your business stands for. But let me tell you why your disposition
But
manager
with
has.
larger with larger numbers, your commission could be larger too, right?
There is no
Or is
commission.
that not necessarily? I mean, not your commission, but your wholesaler's fee.
Nope. You're there's a possibility because there's more room, but it's all about what you get that home under contract for versus how much the repairs are versus the market value of the home, the ARV. That's it. That's it. If it a higher price home does not, you can make $500 off of it, just like I did.
Right.
You just gotta have a room in it with your evaluation and your numbers. You have to have that. Okay.
Okay.
They have to be a great coordinator. This is key. They have to be a great coordinator because the seller has to sign first.
Okay.
You can have your buyer in there, they can go and sign and have their money and all that, but ain't nothing moving, ain't no money moving, ain't nothing moving until that seller sign that paperwork. And then the money ain't moving until that buyer sign that paperwork because the money is held in escrow.
Right. How long is the money held in escrow?
Until the deal is done, until somebody come claim it.
Okay.
We get messages all the time from the realtor office of people having money that's just been sitting in escrow, EMDs. A lot of people put earnest money deposits down and those sit in escrow and they just sit there because they ain't never get the house and never got the money back, you know.
Wow. So people
But
just leave their money on the table like that?
people got more money than you think. See, the thing is, like I said, we'll get into that later. But the disposition manager has to be a great coordinator, so you can have the seller coordinated time different from the buyer's coordinated time at the title agency on the day of closing. Okay? The buyer and the seller is not sitting at the table together to close the deal. You hear me?
I can hear you. The buyer
The
and the seller
buyer,
is not sitting together at the table closing the deal.
not. They're not. And at the deal closing, if you're not doing a A to B B to C, if you're not doing a double close, at closing, that will be the first time that your seller will see somebody else's name on the paperwork to purchase the property.
So what you do when they get to asking them type of questions? Like, who is this person?
Frequently asked question.
Okay,
See,
but this is the thing. Even
services,
with the frequently asked questions,
services. And they say, "Oh man, I thought you was buying it. You sold it to somebody else." Yeah, the deal. Well, the deal was the repairs was a little bit too high for us, and we end up selling the deal. I mean, selling the deal or partnering with somebody on the deal because of this is our services. Remember, we are a solution-based company. We do this, and this. We do all these things. We're fulfilling your needs. We agreed on this number. But that's why it's key to have that business model. That's why it's key to have that base model. So when people
and
look
the
at the,
seller shouldn't really care because regardless, he's gonna get his money.
but they do. They're going to go from you buying their home. Let me rephrase it a little better. Their mindset. They're going to go from selling their home to you, right? And you paying them money for their home, to selling their home to someone else and you getting paid. You see that? When you told them ain't no real estate commissions, ain't no closing fees and all that shit and all that, they like, what is that? Which is, I got a $10,000 fee on my HUD-1. Like, what is that? Why that 10,000 ain't coming to me since that's in the transaction for my house in my name?
And then that's when you take off your mask. I got you. I'm a hustler.
That's when you take out your. That's when you take out your presentation. That's when you take out your one sheet. That's when you take out your flyers. That's when you take out and you show what your company is all about and what you do as an investment company. We are a solution-based company. You had a property in distress. You had a property that you were losing money on. You had a property that you couldn't sell. We did all those things for you and got some cash in your pocket at the same time. I would like to think we deserve our money. Do not allow the buyer to close or deal with the closing agent. Why do you think we don't do that?
Don't allow the buyer to close or deal with the closing agent because they'll cut you out your deal.
Cut you out your deal. Cut you out your deal. Asking all type of questions. If they ain't know how much money you was making before, they gonna know then. All that. You want to control the transaction. You do not want the buyer to control the transaction. A lot of buyers will always say to you, "Oh, I have a title company that I always work with, or I have a closing attorney that I always work with. They do great work and low cost." And then you're gonna say, "Oh no, I want to use mine." And they're gonna say, "Well, since I'm paying," because you're always gonna tell them, "This is the deal plus closing fees." plus closing costs, because that's what you're gonna tell the buyer all the time. They're gonna be like, well, I'm paying the closing. I should pick the agency. Well, you don't want the deal, do you? I'm sorry, sir. We already had the title
Partner.
started. Huh?
Can you say you already partner? We're already partnered with somebody.
No, we already have the title work started.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. That's why when you get that contract, you take it down to the title company already. So you even telling the buyer, oh, you can meet me at the title company with your earnest money deposit. They can deposit into escrow today. Oh, it's already at the title company, because they're going to use their title company because they want to work the deal. They want to know all the insides and out of it. They want to know the money. They want to know everything because they spending the money. But you don't want to do that. You want to control the deal. You want your title agent to call you whenever something is going on, whenever something is wrong, because you got to get mortgage payoff sheets, paper, all they got to do all type of stuff when they run a title work. They have to insure the title. Disposition manager looks at and sets up the number of appointments set with buyers. Now, remember you talk about appointments with buyers. They're setting appointments with buyers. Okay. The disposition manager is the person that's going to be talking to the buyers the most. They're looking at the numbers and setting the goals for the number of contracts. They're looking at the numbers and setting the goals for the number of assignments, which is the assignment of the contract, which is another contract. The assignment always goes between you and the buyer. Disposition manager is in charge of the number of closed transactions. They need to have that goal for the month of how many closed transactions do. If they don't have any appointments, if they don't have any contracts and assignments, if they don't have any transactions going through, what they gonna do? They gonna go get at the acquisition manager. When they go get at the acquisition manager gonna say, well, I haven't had appointments, I haven't been getting set up. They gonna go get at the marketing manager and the lead manager. That's how it works. That is your company structure, Jalen. I'm getting excited. I don't even look. I don't know why you ain't excited. You over there in the dark putting the baby to sleep. I know I'm excited.
I'm excited too. I just can't be as excited as you right now.
I'm excited. Did you see that structure? Look, you could put this together. You could put this together and go ask somebody to invest in your wholesale company.
Right, for real.
Okay, right? Right? You gonna hit me up, hey Lamont, man, hey man, look, send me a couple pictures of some checks that you closed. I got an investor right now ready to invest into the wholesale company. They want to drop 100,000 into it. Just go and show them that we formidable. Look, you leverage me. Show them that you my real estate agent on the team and I'm a partner, and we be doing this thing. All right. You see them bubbles? What is that? Did you see that?
I see that blue one, but that's just your cursor. Did you just put a drum on the thing?
Yeah, what is that? I don't know what that is.
You doing it.
Drum roll, please, right? Seriously, from everything you got from yesterday, going into today, of everything and every point, this is breaking it down so you can know mentally where you need to be at. Everybody's calling distressed owners, Jalen. There has to be a reason why someone will sell their house to you and not somebody else. You got one of the
Right.
top, you got one of the top wholesalers in the nation in your area right now. Hey, you ever heard of Mark Whitten?
Mm-mm.
Man, he got title companies there. He been wholesaling real estate for the last damn near 15 years, 20 years.
Wow. And he started whole title companies.
Man, he do all that. That's what I'm saying to you. This is real estate. So this takes you further than just one thing. It's just so much you can do with it. So many different type of deals you come across. You don't want to dumb yourself down, put yourself in a box and not be prepared, because one deal may take you from this level to the next level, like all the way through.
What's in it for Jesus? What's in it for them?
This is how you gonna talk to them. Did you download your prop stream?
Yeah.
We in it tomorrow.
Okay.
We in it tomorrow, and I'm gonna tell you ahead, since because you're probably gonna have other people on it tomorrow. They're gonna be behind, but it don't matter. We're gonna find a house in your area. We're gonna evaluate that house. You're gonna drive by that house just like you driving for thousands. We're gonna go all the way through, and you're gonna call me as the seller, and we're gonna call them too. Okay. So I'm telling you ahead of the game, all the way through.
Pause.
Huh? We're doing it. But we're going to be set up right. Build your.
Okay, you kind of blacked out there.
I just said we're doing it.
I'm excited. So we're gonna go on prop stream tomorrow. We're gonna find a house. I'm gonna drive past the house, and then I'm gonna talk to you like you the seller.
Well, that's gonna be to the end of the week. We got to find a house right. You ain't gonna talk to me if you ain't got your numbers right. You got to learn how to do these equations.
Right.
WIIFT. What's in it for them? Remember you asked me why when you're talking to these people, what to say to them when you're building your real estate team?
Yeah.
This is what you need. And this is why you need them. Simple. Contractors. Go ahead and read the left side. What we need them for?
Need property estimates and knowledge base.
They got the knowledge. They can tell you about the house. They can tell you about the market. They can tell you about the investors. Guess what they get out of it?
Should you find these people before or after you find the house? Like, should you create your team before you find your first house,
And you
or find your first house?
want to do all this before you find the house.
Okay.
Before. And see, these are people that you can call. You can call local contractors. You can call real estate agents. You can call real estate attorneys. You can call title companies. You want to have all that set up. You do not want to call a house trying to get under contract and you don't even know what title company you're taking it to, because all title companies don't do wholesale deals.
Right.
You don't want to be sitting on the contract when you didn't gave it a 30 days for the contract. You don't have a title company, so you waiting. You already losing days because you ain't took it to the title company. And if you still trying to find a title company, that means that you're going into the days of your inspection period because you ain't finding nobody to go look at the house. Now then, if you didn't find a title company and you do got people going to look at the house, but you didn't get the title work started and you didn't know that this house got an $80,000 lien on it and you're working for no reason. Ooh. And then you got to go tell them same cash buyers, hey, that house that we thought we was gonna sell to you for $100,000, we can't do it
unless you want to pay $180,000, and they not, because they can't buy it for more than 70% of the market value.
Not gonna do it.
Right?
Correct.
Hello.
Correct. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes. Can you hear me? Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. But what's in it for the contractors? They're able to get more bids on properties. You're going to tell them that you're going to market their same bid to VIP buyers. Remember, when you get a contractor to bid on a property, they're bidding to tell you how much it's going to cost for them to fix it, right?
Right.
If you're talking to cash buyers, you're going to tell them that, hey, we got this house under contract. It's a $30,000 repair. Excuse me, it's a $30,000 project for repairs. Boom, he gonna say, well, how do you know it was a $30,000 project? I see it as being a 45,000, and my contractor said he's gonna charge me 55. Well, my contractor said that he can do it for 30. If you are willing, if you want to work with him, I can get in contact with him and get you guys working together. And all he did is come and give you the numbers. He may get a whole job off that, so it's a benefit for him. They get
Right.
and you refer them to sellers looking for home renovations. Everybody you call is not trying to sell their house just because it's toe up.
Right. Some people like their raggedy house.
They gonna tell you, I'm not selling my house. What do you? Some people look at you crazy. That's the craziest thing. You think I'm gonna sell my house? I'm not selling my property. I'm not selling my property. It's right next to the government building that they're looking to expand in, or they're going to zone that commercial, and it's going to be worth it. But I do need to fix it. Do you know any contractors? You see, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you're talking to a contractor, you're going to tell them, hey, I'm new in real estate. You know, right now I'm just wholesaling, and I'm looking to get some of my own projects. But right now I'm not great with repairs. I'm not great with the numbers on the estimates. Hey, if you could come by to some of my houses, I'll pay you $20, or I'll pay you whatever you charge to come out and do an estimate. If it's high, if it's $100 or something dollars, I don't know if I can do that. I might have somebody else do it because I just want to estimate. I'm looking to wholesale the home. In return, I'll refer you to the seller if they're not trying to sell it, if they need something fixed. I'll refer you to the buyers that I'm coming across and tell them that the quote that you're going to give me to see if they want you to do it. I also market to out-of-town buyers that's always looking for local contractors. So when I sell these off-market properties to buyers out of town, they need local contractors to come do the work. I can put
Hold
you
on a minute.
first.
I need to write that down.
Okay, I can put you first on the list.
Hold on. Can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so when you originally talked to a contractor, you asked them, you say, hey, I'm new to the real estate
game or investing, real estate investing.
and I'm actually working with wholesale deals.
Yeah, I'm in wholesaling right now. I'm just fresh in. I'm in wholesale. I have aspirations to get my broker's license, but right now I'm wholesaling, and I'm just looking for assistance on getting quotes and estimates on homes, repairs on homes. That's it. So I can have my numbers right. I don't want to get, I don't want to lose any money on any deals. You want to be humble and tell them what you're doing.
Okay.
You got that?
And it
So the moral of it is that you're benefiting each other. Next one.
hold on. In exchange, I will refer you to each of my clients for rehab and repairs. I also work with a lot of out of town sellers, investors
Mm-hmm.
that are in need of getting some of their properties rehabilitated.
Yep.
Okay.
Next, we have a real estate agent, a real estate broker. We can always go get that guy right there. We can always call him up right there, old Lamont. What's in it for us? We get the market value of homes for real estate agents, the actual market value.
So these are our real estate agents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hold
Is
on.
the
Where
screen up?
to?
Can you see the screen?
One second. I'm in my notes. I can't write right now because
Oh,
my notebook over there. So I got my notes out of my phone with Sage Real Estate. Okay, yeah, I got it. Okay, real estate agent slash brokers, market value of homes, knowledge base. Okay, fail listings and leads. Let me screenshot
you're gonna
that.
tell them to send all that to you.
Okay, let me see.
You gon-
Request. Let me put that down. Request all info on real estate slide.
you
Real
gonna tell them
estate broker slide.
you want the failed listings, help you with some of the for sale by owners, you know, investment properties. There's a spot on MLS on the MLS for investment properties where people don't go straight directly to investors and wholesale. They still have agents list their investment properties.
I heard about
Handyman special,
MLS.
huh?
I saw MLS on that group I'm in. What is that?
The national the marketing listing service for homes.
Only real estate agents have access to that, right?
Yep. In their area. Like I don't have access to the MLS in DC.
Okay.
What
So
what
when I'm contacting a real estate agent, what's in okay, yeah. What's in it for them?
what's in it for them? They can list a property. If you talk to a seller that don't want to come budge off their price, you send them to the agent. Let them list it on the MLS. Because cash buyers is not going to pay the high price. It's just not. It's just not happening. I'm gonna tell you right now, investors, it's not happening when people come with them high prices. If it's over the numbers, it's not getting bought by an investor, by a cash buyer. They're not going to do it. It's a secret society. You can't do it.
Makes
Some probably
sense.
do, but I'm just saying, most of the time they're not. They're also going to be able to list buyers' properties after they rehab it. Hey, Mr. Real Estate Agent, I need to get some good comps out of you. I want to use your service, in return, when I do wholesale these properties, when my buyers do get done, I'm definitely going to recommend you to list it for them. Hey, actually, do you have a discount that I can actually give my cash buyers to list their properties? They're investors, so they're looking to save money. If we can get it something like, I know you want to charge, 6%, if you can just go ahead and get if you get the 6%, if you could just take like 2.5. And they're also going to get the referral. That's number one in the real estate game. The referral. Because whenever you're talking about housing and dwellings and things like that, it's the trust. It's the trust thing. People are not buying homes and turn around buying another home the next year. They're spending time in these homes. They're putting their families in these homes. They're looking at
No,
the areas. They're looking at everything.
no.
They're looking at everything.
Of course, because who buys a home to only sell it in 2 years?
Retards.
Right.
Next thing you need, the title agent / closing attorney.
Okay.
We know this is needed in Atlanta and New York. What do we need them
Right.
for? We need them to insure the title for closing. Gotta have them. So you might as well put them on the team. You gotta have them in those places. They also help you find other buyers or deals
How?
because in those cities, I mean those cities and states, that you got to have a title a closing attorney, and or you need one of them. You need a title agent or a closing attorney. Period. But both of them, they're always closing deals. So they're always going to have deals around them, buyers around them, that saying, "Hey, you know any other deals? Oh yeah, I've been working with Jalen. Yeah, she's fresh in the game. She's been coming with some nice deals. Yeah, let me get you in contact with her." Now you got a new buyer. And all these people we talking about, if you use their service, whether it's a title agent, closing attorney, anybody use their service, they're getting paid too. Please believe it. Title company gets paid every time. Closing attorney gets paid every time. They're in the fees. As a wholesaler, you're just like a title agent or a closing attorney agent. You're in the fees. My title agent sets mine up in the fees. He doesn't even put it in the hub one and on the top. He puts my money in the fees.
Sounds a little spicy there, Lamont.
It sounds like you work with your title agent. It sounds like you control the deal. You control the transaction. If my title agent can have the seller come in because they agreed to this on this contract and not have them looking over all this extra, going into all this extra stuff, and he got this shiny good check to them and ready for them to come out, and he telling them ask them how they gonna go spend that money, then he just gonna make sure they sign that paperwork and be gone. Then he gonna come through and do the same thing with the buyer. He gonna have them keys like, oh man, you got a good deal. Oh man, then it's over with. Lamont, you come pick your check up. I forgot you told me to wire it this time. You don't want any more checks. After you get your edification and you get your checks to show that you actually do it and you making money, you ain't gonna want the checks now. You want to start off with the checks so you show people, no, I'm getting paid. I'm gonna show you some checks. I'm gonna get some checks and put them up on this thing. And I'm like, hey, once you get there, you can be like, nah, I don't need no check. You wire me my money.
Right.
Send it to me. Just send it to me. I'm waiting for a dog. Click. That's right. We closing early. We closing before 2 a.m. I mean, not 2 a.m., 2 p.m. Going to get my money across. I know if it's at 2 p.m., it's going to be next day. Going to get it in today, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
That's how cool you want to be with your team, your title agent. Hey, yeah. Hey, man. Hey, go ahead and get that done. I won't be down there for the closing. Go ahead and handle it. I got another one coming in. Matter of fact, when I come in tomorrow for tomorrow's closing, I'm going to be dropping off another contract. That's what they love to hear. My title agent calls me. My title agent going to be in my wedding.
Wait, so let me get this. How do you find your title agent?
You got to call your title companies because they got to be licensed in your state. See, this is why you got to, see, when I say set up these teams, these are all people that you, other than your disposition manager, because you're going to handpick these people. But this part right here, your real estate team that we building, all these people are in the industry, and you can call and contact them right now because that's your job anyways for tomorrow.
It's called these people?
Yeah, start calling them. Yes.
Okay.
You definitely got to find you a title company that's going to be able to handle the transaction.
Okay, so how do I introduce myself to the title agent?
Oh, so when you talk to title, you can like, hey John at Trustee Title. I was calling to see if you guys do any well, I mean, it's so big now you can ask wholesale. I forgot what I used to say at the beginning. I'm gonna look that up before I say wholesale. Let me look at this email real quick. I can check. Matter of fact, hold on. But you're gonna be asking them, can you do a are you guys seasoning about to knock me off my damn gun. Mac showed them. Did the screen stop sharing?
Mm-mm.
Can you still see the PowerPoint?
Mm-hmm. The title agent?
Okay, yeah, let me pull it back up. You knock mine out. Whatever. There we go. Yeah. But yeah, you're simply asking. I'm gonna show you my first email that I wrote. Because you also are going to call around so you can see how much the fees are. Because you still gotta think of it. When you're telling the seller, you're telling the seller that you take on all fees, everything. So you want your title agent to have decent enough fees to where it don't cost that much, because you're also going to be telling the buyer to take on all the fees or split them with you, or I'll take all the closing costs. That's why the numbers is key. Which email did I email them from?
What do you mean your retransactions? Oh, do all your real estate transactions.
Yep. Go ahead and read those while I check these out, because that is the rest of it. Jalen?
I'm reading. Oh, you want me to read them out loud?
Yeah, so I can hear it. I want to hear it. Can I learn too?
You wrote it. But market your services to cash buyers, agents, and homeowners, and do all of your real estate transactions with the company. And then 3 dots.
And 3 dots. There we go. I think I have this original. What was my first email? It's taking me back. It's like taking me back. What was my first email that I did that under? What did I do my first deals under? What email did I used to use, Jalen? I got like 7 emails. What email did I used to use? It wasn't those.
Mm-hmm.
To me. Okay.
You need to go to sleep.
Actually, I think I talked on the phone to him first. Yep. Because he's telling me. Because see, this is what happened with my title agent. Let me tell you what happened with my title agent, right? When I contacted my title agent that I currently use right now, they didn't know how to do these type of deals, right?
Right.
So this is why he's going to be in my wedding. So together, me and him, and I ended up doing my first deal with him. So together, me and him pretty much found out how to complete the transaction.
So y'all learned together.
Or I taught him. That's why he loved me. Now he has another service that he can provide. You know, that he didn't know he can do before. Because this right here is simply the pricing that he gave me. Yeah. Because it's saying, Lamont, thanks for the discussion earlier. This is what he said to me. Lamont, thanks for the discussion earlier. Below is our standard estimating pricing for residential cash transactions in Allen County. The owner's policy amount will fluctuate up and down depending on the final sales price of the home. I've included an estimate for sales price of 100K and below, but can certainly provide other estimates for each specific sales price or transaction. Also, below represents the total estimated cost of the transaction. Any splits to these costs between buyer, seller, or other party could be communicated to us on a deal-by-deal basis. You hear that?
Yeah.
So he gave me a list of the fees. Went down with the fees, told them what they stuff. Otherwise, the Allen County Recorder's Office will charge us about $48.50 to record the documents. We also have an in-network attorney who prepares deeds for us around $40. We simply charge what those item costs at closing. Owner policy up to $100,000 is $330. Closing fee is $300. Search and exam fee is $300. Closing protection letters is $50. Title insurance enforcement fund fee is $5. Let me know if there's any additional questions I can answer. Thanks again. And we've been in business ever since. But look at that. Look at the last sentence, what he said, because he didn't know nothing about it. The last sentence says, any splits to these costs between
Oh, I
buyers.
don't see anything on my screen. I can't. The only thing I see is the title agent and closing attorney. I was just listening to you read it until
I
you
know.
said, "Look at something."
I'm looking at it. I didn't know if I have all these emails up on this computer. Let me see which ones I have up. I can show you. Can you see this email? What is your screen show?
Yes,
Okay, you see it?
title fee estimate.
Right. So this is what I'm saying right here. Any splits to these costs between buyer, seller, or other party could be communicated to us on a deal by deal basis. So in other words, he telling me, tell me how the deal go. I'm gonna write it up and I'm gonna make sure it go through.
That's bomb.
It's relationship building. Because I also talked to the title company and said, oh no, we don't do anything like that. We don't do anything. But notice he
So
said,
when I talk to the title company,
yeah, you're gonna call them. You're just gonna call title companies.
I mean, do I just straight up? Because that's what we was just talking about. Because what? How do I approach them? Are you seasoning wholesale deals? Do you guys offer?
Let me show you this. This is when I had to do a double close. The first time I taught him a double close. Great afternoon, Andrew. I have a deal in the pipeline that's close to being finalized. This is a cash deal with an end buyer. He wants to use his title company, but I'm thinking I would like to establish a more uniform method for my team. You hear how I'm talking?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And this is before I had this transaction going through, but I'm setting it up before I get into the position and I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to recommend Titan Title for all our new business. Okay. Boom. Let me get into the deal. This particular deal will be a double closing. Remember, I'm educating him now.
Mm-hmm.
Seller to backs, we're Backs Bill Solutions. Seller to backs, and then backs to end buyer, funded by the end buyer.
That's a wholesale deal, right?
That's a double close
How is that a double close instead of just a regular wholesale deal?
because we didn't want the seller, nor did we want the buyer to know how much money we were making in between it.
Okay.
Listen to what I'm telling him. Look what I'm
Okay.
telling him. First transaction closing fees will come out of backs payout. So I'm telling him the first transaction, I'm going to pay those closing fees. But then we're also going to have to sell that same house, which I only had it for 10 minutes. Sell that same house from me to an end buyer. End buyer pays closing fees on transaction with backs. Let me know if you have any questions. Remember, I'm talking to the title agent now. I'm telling him how to do his business. Look, understood, Lamont. Thanks very much. As soon as the decision has been made on this one, we usually begin the search once we have an executed purchase agreement contract. I'll be on standby in the case that you're able to get this one over to us. He like, man, just get it down to us, man. We're gonna make it happen.
All right.
You know? So,
Can you do all your deals as double closing?
if you want to, but it's gonna cost more.
Why? And how much more are we talking?
You're gonna have to pay 2 closing fees.
Well, only one because the end buyer's paying the second closing fee, right?
It's still gonna be 2 closing fees on the transaction because you still only got one house you only got one house and you only got one price they buying it for. So if you got one house at that same, you got it under contract for 150, you agree with the seller for 157. If you double close, it's gonna be my closing fees come out to around 850. So if I do 2, that's gonna be 1,700
Mm-hmm.
versus 850.
So you always have to pay your closing fee when you're doing a wholesale deal?
Nope. No. It's all negotiation. Most of the time, you're gonna have your seller paying it, but your closing fee is gonna be built into your price.
Okay.
But the closing fee, actual fee, always bumps the price up. That's after y'all got contracts, because the title company still got to get paid after. See, most people might think this is the boring part, learning about this and people and all that. Nah, this is key. This
Right.
this is
That's
key.
why I'm trying to make sure I'm visually understanding and walking through it in my head. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to these people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hi, double L title agency. I'm in the market. I'm in real estate investing, and I was wondering, do you guys do assignment fees? You're gonna say, what's an assignment fee? Well, I'm not a real estate agent, but I help people sell their homes, and I charge a fee for it. Do you guys offer this service with your title company? Can
So I
you?
don't mention wholesaling when talking to the title agent.
I mean, you can, but I mean, they might actually like to tell them exactly what you mean.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back to my note. And what did you call it? Assigning fees?
Assignment fee. Are you able to facilitate this type of transaction?
And then he's gonna say, "What's an assignment fee?"
Well, sir, I currently have a house under contract, and I'm going to sell my position in the home, my position on the contract, and I have a buyer that's going to buy it, and I was just wondering if you guys can facilitate the transaction. If so, how much are your closing fees?
Hold on.
You got it?
Yeah, I'm about to read it back to you. Um, what's an assignment fee? I currently have a position on a property and I'm looking to sell my position on said contract. Are you able to assist with this? And if so, how much are your closing fees?
Yep. Are you
Okay.
able to facilitate the transaction?
Oh yeah, that's my first one. When I contact the title agent. Hello. My name is Jalen Powell.
No, I'm Jalen Powell with NWBD Realty.
Okay, I'm Jalen Powell in the NBW Investments, and I was wondering if you guys were seasoned in assignment fees, and are you able to facilitate this type of transaction?
How about this? Forget was wondering. How about this? I'm Jalen with something with NWB. What is it? Say it again.
NBW.
Okay. I'm Jalen with the BBW real nice.
You not gonna call my
No, how about
people
you
ain't got
say?
no respect for your business.
How about you say I'm Jalen with NBW? I'm in with NBW Investments, and I currently have. See, you get them going when it's time to make some money.
Oh right. Okay. I currently
I'm currently under contract with someone to purchase their home, and someone wants to take my position on the contract, and I'm going to assign it to them. Do you guys facilitate these type of transactions? Then you start talking. Then when you with that company, you talk to the same title agent, because then you're going to get a better conversation with the title agent, because you're going to also let them know that you really, it's none of the seller's business what you got going on in the transaction. Because sellers and buyers call the title company. They want to know what time is closed. Sellers will be calling the title company asking, have they brought their money down? Are they ready to close? Because they ready for their money. They not really looking for that transaction to go 30, 45 days when you done told them you only need 10 days for inspection and you looking to close with cash as quickly as possible. Let's get through this. Real estate attorney. What do they? What do we need? We need legal counsel. You need legal counsel. Now, a real estate attorney is on here because every city and every state does not need a closing attorney. If it doesn't need a closing attorney, and you need a title agent, you still need to get you a real estate attorney. That's learning your market, and that's making sure that you're not doing anything illegal. You need legal counsel, whether it's for business, transactions, any of that. You need it. What's in it for them? More closing opportunities, and they're able to network their services. No, we're able to network their services to our influences. Another referral game. Another referral game. Last,
a lot of attorneys don't want to talk to you unless you paying their retainer or something like that to
right,
give legal advice.
right, but you got to put them on the team first. You got to know if they're qualified.
Right. But I'm saying,
Hey, hey, John with Roth Law. I see that you're a real estate attorney, and I'm fresh into the real estate in this market, and I'm looking for some legal counsel or legal advice because I'm looking to wholesale. They may off top say, "Oh, you can't wholesale here." Oh, well, sure. Let me set you up for a consultation. Let me set you up, or how would you? What are your plans? Well, I'm looking at to get some people under contract and selling, get some capital out of wholesale. He's like, well, do you have contracts? No. Well, would you like me to write a contract for you? Yes. No, actually, I do have contracts. Okay. Would you like me to look at them for you? Yes. You see what I mean? To make
right.
sure that, because they're going to go off the laws for your area. Again, these things cost.
Yeah,
First
they do.
transaction, if you want to pay for them, hey, just twist your fingers and go after it. Get your contract, take it down there, and see if you can close the deal. The contract only doesn't work if somebody having a problem. Then you have to make sure that your contract is pretty tight. If no one has a problem, your title agent is just running the transaction through. They're not lawyers. When they look at the contract, they look at how much it's supposed to be sold for, who's it selling to, and they looking at all the addresses.
We need copies of contracts, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm giving you contracts. I'm giving you contracts. I'm just not overloading giving you all that shit because you need this shit.
Yeah. Right.
For real, you need it. You need to know why you need real estate. Cash buyers, last but not least. Why do you need cash buyers? Because they're able to close on properties professionally. Cash buyers been doing it. They've been in the game. And you want professional cash buyers that's not playing no game. Know that they need to be coming with their money. They're not playing about your fees. We've already had the conversation, cash buyer. You know how much money I'm looking to make on it because I know how much money you want to make on it. I know your percentages. I brought you a home. I brought you a home in your market. I brought you a home that you're looking for. And I brought you a home in the numbers and the price range that you want. There's no reason for you to be upset with my price. That just shows that my negotiation skills are very great. I was able to talk the seller all the way down. I want to create my check. You already creating your check. That's why you gave me the numbers and I found what you wanted. Cash buyers also fund the deal. They fund the deal. That's why you need cash buyers. Those are your friends. You also get mentorship from cash buyers. When you find an old school, you may call a house that's vacant, and this happens all the time. When you call homes, distressed homes, other investors own them. And they're like, oh no, I'm not selling my house. I just haven't got around to that one. I have 100 houses. you know. But those same people, man, I don't know if they lonely, I don't know, but they want to talk, especially being a female. They like to sit on the phone and talk. And when you sit on the phone and talk, they gonna give you game. They gonna give you game. They gonna give you game. What's in it for them? They're gonna get below market value deals. Remember, everything on the what's getting it for them is the stuff that you're going to be saying to these people when you're talking to them. Because it's stuff that you're going to be doing for them and how they benefit from working with you. You're going to assist them in building their wealth. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're leaving with tonight. Rules of business. Cut costs and increase revenue. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. Rules of business are cut costs and increase revenue.
As you're growing in business, as you start to making money and doing things like that, you may take on extra stuff. Just like we was talking about VAs, just like we talk about disposition manager, acquisition manager, lead manager. You may take on you may go get your office space. You may go get you a call center so people do all. Listen, cut costs and increase revenue. Let that be the goal at all times. How can I do this easier, simpler, at a cheaper price and increase my revenue at the same time, but keep my quality A1 at the same time? And last but not least, assume nothing, verify everything. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. Assume nothing, verify
Assume
everything.
nothing, verify everything. Do not go at a house and look at it and be like, I think that may take about $3,000 to fix up. No, know how much it costs. Know how much it costs. Get that contractor. Spend that $20.
Spend that $20.
Yeah, or go get him some more work. Because you need them. You need them numbers to be tight. And look, like you said, you out there in the market. You take these principles that we're putting down right now and go get you a deal. Look, these same principles, when you come with this business and this basic model and having your slogan and all that, you got presentation and stuff like that. You probably get the house. You probably get a house cheaper than what the next man to get it for, because they're looking at you as an expert. So they're listening to what you're saying versus trying to go against what you're saying to make their price go up. But when everything you're saying only makes sense to them, they're like, yeah, that's right. When Jalen come over and say that she like her houses to be at 2021 standards, I for damn sure believe her, because I'm looking at her. I'm looking at her business. I'm looking at her business model and what they doing. I know they want 2021 standards. I know they looking for HGTV. Assume nothing, verify everything. Don't assume how much it's gonna cost for a title to close a transaction. Call the title company. You could call a real estate attorney and say, "Hey, is it legal to wholesale real estate in Maryland?" They're not gonna charge you for that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to
Okay, so
verify.
tomorrow homework is I need to contact hold on 1 second. I'm gonna contact a listing agent,
Yep.
a contractor,
Mm-hmm. More than one, preferably.
tractors, real estate agent, a real estate
Attorney.
agent or broker.
Yeah,
Do I have
that's
to
the same
contact
thing as a
them right
listing. That's the
now?
same thing as
Are
a
those
listing agent.
is that optional right now for my first deal?
With your real estate broker.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, the real estate broker is gonna be the easiest person to talk to because y'all really doing the same business. Now you're not coming at them talking about wholesaling like that because they kind of some of them don't like wholesalers, some of them do. You're gonna come at the real estate. You're gonna come at the real estate agent as an investor looking to invest in the market, looking for low market deals. They may lead you to another wholesaler, and that's gonna be a JV game. That's gonna give you the wholesale game in the area. But remember, with these people, yes, you're wholesaling, but that's not how you coming out. You starting. You coming out as an investor. I'm an investor looking for off market deals below market value.
Okay. And okay, so agent, I need a listing agent, a real estate agent, a contractor, and then an attorney.
Yep. Don't worry about cash buyers. We have a process. We have a formula for that.
And let me go ahead and put investor as an investor. I'm going to contact all these people, listing agents, the contractors, the real estate agents, and the real estate attorney, not as a wholesaler, but as an investor.
Yes. Yep. A listing agent and real estate agent
Okay.
is the same thing.
Okay. So,
Any questions?
um, how many slides should my PowerPoint be?
You just want to cover. Hold on. Your PowerPoint should be. You should have. You should show them who you are.
My bio,
So you're gonna have your bio. Um,
services that I offer.
you said what?
I'm going to have my bio, services that I offer, my testimonial, and then my fact
You're
sheet.
gonna have your bio. You're gonna have your services. Oh yeah, you got it. Your testimonial, your frequently asked questions, and your process of doing business.
Process.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Can we go over that one? Are you busy right now?
Hold on, I'm about to see if I got an old video that I'm actually gonna send you that I also sent out that I used to send out.
Because I'm not going to do a video. I'm going to do because I would have to pay somebody to do a video for me, and I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to do a PowerPoint, even though I think a video would be better. I don't want to have to pay nobody to do that.
I got a video for you. On my other computer. See, I use 3 computers and shit. I had a nice one too. I actually made it myself. Yeah, it's definitely on. Yeah, it's definitely on my other computer. I'm gonna have to find it. Yes, but yeah. Well, how you wrote your bio out? Hello, Jalen.
My bad. At 10 o'clock, all my apps shut down on my phone.
Oh yeah, that's where it's at. That is where it's at. Drewski. Yeah, I think that might go on my desktop. I definitely got some videos and stuff. I haven't got all the way into the marketing that I'm throwing all the way out there for y'all. That's gonna be pretty much tomorrow and Thursday. But I definitely got good videos. Plenty. Because I tried a lot of different stuff. I tried a lot of different stuff. What I found out what works is just really getting out and just doing it. I need you to send me your zip code
Okay.
because I'm already have a batch of houses for you in your area. But definitely be looking at a house. If you already see one that's distressed, definitely be looking at it and writing it down because we want to go ahead and get the ball rolling. Wonder what Yes, on that desktop.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, even small videos, they got all type of different softwares where you can make different videos. But again, listen, you can make your PowerPoint go all the way straight through, but your presentation can be you. Have your sheet together. Have it ready to speak with them. You know what I mean? Speak clear and be able to talk to them. You know, it's all about putting yourself in a position because once you learn all this stuff we talking about, it's gonna be like clockwork. Ain't nobody gonna be able to tell you nothing. Somebody say something, you be like, boom, oh, da 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 da. You'll be able to roll it down. You'll be able to run it down. You'll be able to run it
So can my
all.
presentation be my elevator pitch?
You pretty much, I mean, yes and no. When you do an elevator pitch, you pitching to somebody. These sellers, you're not pitching anything to the seller. You're telling the seller you're gonna buy a house. I'm looking to buy your home. I'm not pitching anything to you. I'm looking to put money in your pocket, cash in your pocket. I'm ready to get this nightmare. I'm getting ready to get you out of this nightmare. You're tired of those people that's renting that house out and tearing your house up, not paying your rent. I'm going to help you, and you're not going to have to do anything. That's it. That is it. Your process for your presentation is going to come off your transaction sheet. You don't have that yet.
Okay.
It's also going to be if the law says wholesaling is cool and you don't need a real estate attorney. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It just depends on once you know that you can really rock and roll out there like that. And I know you can. But I mean, it's 2021. I don't know if it changed because I know mugs does wholesaling out there, but I know you can. It's going to go from, evaluating the home. It's going to go getting the home under contract. And what you're going to say with them is going to, what's it called? What we call in real estate? The meeting of the minds. We have a meeting of the minds, and you're going to see. That's why you tell them you're going to give me the keys to your home. We're going to put a lockbox on your home, right? I don't want access to your home. I just want access to your home for the inspection. We're going to put a lockbox in. We're going to put a key on there. You're going to still have access to your home. All we access for 10, 20, 15, 20 days, however you're going to know how you work because you're going to know how many buyers you got, how quick it's going to be, and how hot it is.
So if you ask for that amount of days, do you have to use all those days, or is that just a maximum amount of time?
That's the max.
Okay.
You just want to give yourself time because you know how you work. You'll know when you got a house if you got if you got a relationship with your buyers, you're gonna know who's gonna buy the house, if somebody gonna get the house, if it's a deal or not. You're gonna know if the numbers is tight and you're gonna have to really work it to sell it. You know you're gonna need that inspection time, and you know that you need to have buyers lined up the next day if you need all that time. But if it's a deal, how hot the market is, they going quick. So that's the other thing. Don't be too greedy. Because you don't want to get too greedy to where you got to show. You don't want to get too greedy to where you have to show your position in the play by having to negotiate with the buyer. You only want to negotiate with the buyer on the actual cost of the property in the transaction. Because once y'all come to an agreement on that and they know it's a deal, then it ain't no play on your fee. They ain't got to know that you got the house under contract for $80,000. But we know the ARV is $220. And we know the maximum amount that an investor pay for it is $130.
Right.
Okay. It's $130. Can we agree at $130? Are we agreeing at $130 for this house? Yes, great deal. Boom, let's go. You know what? That just you know what? I might put something in my. I need to see if I even got that in there. You know me, I write my contracts. So I go change them all day. I may put something in the contract that they say, I'm trying to think, have I done that? But to say like, yeah, don't back out of the deal once you know how much money I'm making. I ain't never got a double close.
That's really smart.
You know, what's the cancellation fee? Your EMD? Because when you mess with them buyers, you want them EMDs to be up in them thousands. When you talking to sellers, you trying to get them $100. Some people, because you got to give them exchange of money for an EMD.
What's the EMD?
Earnest money deposit. That's that the EMD solidifies a real estate transaction. You must put a monetary amount up. So it has to be $1. You can't just get a contract and y'all don't exchange nothing.
And earnest money is money that's just guarantees solidifies the deal
The,
or
the earnest
legalizes it.
the earnest money tells the seller that you're serious about purchasing their home. Earnest money you're gonna have in your contract. You're gonna tell them that the earnest money. It says that the earnest money say that if I don't complete the transaction, you get to keep it. And I don't get no refund on it. If I don't do
Oh,
if I don't do
deposit.
my part, huh?
A deposit. Earnest
Yes.
money deposit. Okay.
Yep. 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 Held in escrow. See, this is
Okay.
learning.
Okay. So how much is usually the earnest money? Because earnest money is something that you as the wholesaler would probably be paying out of your own
You
pocket.
will be paying that. You will be
Yeah.
paying that.
So usually how much is your earnest money?
$1. Some I
On
do.
average.
I do 100, 200.
Okay.
200 is my high earnest money deposit.
Okay. And you get that money back at the close of the deal though, right?
No, that goes to the seller.
Really?
All the money goes to the seller.
Mm,
The leftover money goes to
mm,
you.
okay.
Hence, when you put your fee on top of the price, which doesn't include the closing. See, it's a learning game, Jalen. This ain't just no go out and play. It's a learning game. I'm a broker. I'm gonna teach you how to do it and be safe and be legal with it, and then come back on you and to keep it continue. Earnest money deposit. $200 that's a high one for me. They gonna be like, huh? I want 1,000. I'm not paying you 100, 200. This is an as-is house. This off market. Remember, you don't have to give them that much money because guess what? You're telling them, I'm sorry, sir, it's a cash
Cash
buy.
buy.
There you go. I
So
don't
you're
need
already getting cash for this deal.
I don't need to put that much money. I'm buying it. As long as this inspection come back right and my quotes come back right, as soon as it get done, I'm putting the money in escrow. Right? As soon as it get done, I'm putting the money in escrow and we'll have to wait for the title agency to get done. See, you always put a lot on the title agency because you say they're still working on the transaction. Actually, sir, we need to get this mortgage payoff sheet signed by you so the title company can contact the mortgage and get your mortgage payoff sheet. See, because they got to do all that. Title company got
Okay,
to do.
so this is what I mean. I need to know step by step, like what to do because, like, this is my first time hearing about this. So I need to know from A to A.1, A.2, A.3,
That's why you're in the
B,
boot camp.
B1.2. You know what I'm saying? I
That's
need to
why
know
you're in the boot
all of the
camp.
steps and all of the lingo.
That's
So
why
when
you're in the boot camp.
okay.
That's why you're in the boot camp. You had to learn how to get your real estate business first.
This
So
really
you
should have been.
can be respected in the real estate game. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, wholesalers, they get they don't get the most respect in wholesale. They get the less. They looked at. They don't want to call wholesalers investors. So hey, you can go out and just be a wholesaler, or you can go and have a real estate investment company that does wholesaling, amongst other things. Two different things: wholesaler or a real estate investment company that wholesales. So you got your homework for tonight. Tomorrow we learning how to evaluate a deal.
Okay, so my homework tonight is contacting all these people.
Start calling these people. Start calling them, get on the phone, see what them title agents is costing. Because now you're going to know how much you got to be charging. I mean, how much you're going to be doing with your fees and how much, you just got to know it. You got to know this. See if it's okay. Call one of them real estate attorneys. See if it's okay to wholesale. You just ask them that. But don't ask them like, hey, can you wholesale? Just ask them, like, hey, I'm Jalen, I'm new in the market. And I was working with some people out of the Midwest before I got here. You can make them anything you want. And they were just teaching me how to do some wholesaling deals. And I was just wondering, is it legal here in the city? They're most likely going to start a whole conversation. Oh, well, I actually don't do too much in that. I really only deal with commercial real estate, but I actually have a buddy. Let me get you in contact. Right? I'm choking on something. Boom. You got to hit them up. Contractors, get them ready. Contractor will say, okay, let me know. Let me know I got a buyer right now. Man, inventory is low. You got anything right now? Then we can formulate how we target the market. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
See, we can't just jump into your market and target it like we target Atlanta because we know they need real estate attorneys.
Right.
All right. So what's the real estate attorney fees? Is it more than title agent closing? Do a lot of cash buyers? Is there somebody that's more friendly than somebody else in the city that everybody like to work with? We have to figure out all this stuff so we can understand how to go through the process of these transactions, these deals. We got to know how and who we got to market to in these areas. There's no reason for us to be looking in the area that's not hot, that people's not looking in. That when you talk to the contractor, when you talk to the real estate agent, that's what you're going to be asking them. We know we're going to ask the cash buyers that, but it'd be damn good if, even though we're going to go find them cash buyers, it'd be great if we already had something in the pipeline before we even start talking to them, that we had something to offer them. Now, if we don't, it don't matter. It's okay, because we're going to tell them that we will have something after we do the reverse wholesaling. But it would be great if we already knew the hottest market and we damn near had something ready. Because we calling this week.
Right.
So there we go. Let's be great. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Don't be late.
I ain't never late.
Never diamonds, only jewels, drip gold.
No, you're supposed to give us the five things to build business credit tonight too.
You didn't get the list?
No.
Oh, let me see. It's 7 things.
7. Yesterday was 5. Let me see what was yesterday.
5 successes.
It was 5 actions to make your dreams come true.
Yep. This one is not as sexy, but it'll work.
Success, realization of progress towards a worthy idea.
Damn, I need to save your name, Jalen, on my phone.
And I just can't quite understand it.
Oh, shit. Let me save your contact, Miss Jalen Powell. Because I'm going to send it to you via text. I can email it to you real quick, actually.
Okay.
Ain't doing numbers. This is just a quick one. What did your email start with? Jalen Powell 180.
Mm-hmm.
Biz Cred. Did you get it?
Hold on 1 second. Yep.
Boom, boom. If you do that in that order, in that way, you will be approved for your first net 30 account and on your way to building that business credit. So let's turn it in for the night. I'm gonna turn it in. I'm up at 4 a.m. Matter of fact, I may get up in the morning and open up a room in the morning. I need to. I ain't opened up a room in 2 weeks.
What
Well,
time does your room open?
I've been doing the podcast. I've been doing the shows. But I need to do one tomorrow. Let me see. Yeah, I've been loading up. The show's been fire. I ain't heard none of them. The show's been crazy.
I don't know your podcast.
Money Cash Goes.
Oh, you had the hoodie on the other day. I'm really into podcasts.
I didn't have
so
time to put it on because we started. I would have had it on here. I ain't never repping none other than mine.
Money Cash Goes.
Yeah. Matter of fact, are you a part of the group on Clubhouse?
I'm pretty sure I am.
You will know if you are. If you accepted the group invite.
That's why I think I said I'm pretty sure I am. I was trying to get on podcasts to see if I could find your podcast.
Oh no.
I
haven't released them yet.
Oh.
I'm releasing them on all the platforms on the 15th. But I record them live when I'm doing them. I come in on Clubhouse and the Clubhouse can hear it while I'm doing it.
Black girls normalizing luxury. 2 months ago. I don't know. I don't see it. Hold on. Let me go to my profile. Maybe it's in there. Buying back the block. Yeah, I don't see it.
You are.
I am.
Well, I got an invite to you. I don't know if you are.
Wait, How to Get Rich Academy? No, that's not it. What's the name of it?
Money Cash Goes.
No, I'm not a part of it.
You ain't accept the invite.
I don't see it.
Well, type in Money Cash Goes.
I'm going. Creator of Money Cash Goes. Let's see. Oh, member is join.
You just now joined. Yeah.
Hey, better late than never.
Yep. Well, let's make it happen. Ooh, how can I get my name to come up first on that? Yep. So you got it. Let's rock out tomorrow. Never be late. Always early. Oh, I forgot the line. Always early.
No, if you're late, if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about. It's a verse on the Money Cash Gold song. It says,
"Better late than never, but never late is better."
Always early, never. Always early.
It's okay, Lamar. Think
I
about
can't
it.
remember.
That's your homework for tonight.
Yeah, right. That's my homework. All right. Be great, man. Let's tomorrow at 8, we on our way.
Sounds good.
Bet.